The whole world sitting on a ticking bomb. I actually like that song. It's very catchy. It's the WC. Yes, with an extreme review of WWE Payback 2014. Yeah, I'm just going to run through these matches, man. Just like, just to get a YWC a little bit of a review from the WC of this event in 2014, June 2014. Starts off with, I think, a pre-show, pre-pay-per-view match with Hornswoggle and El Torrico. Is that how you say it, right? I mean, I understand it as small person versus small person, but it's. I mean, it's just comic relief, man. This is everything. I'm gonna tell you like this. This is basically everything that I hate about what the WWE product is right now. I mean, it's you hear Michael Cole and JBL and Jerry the King Lawler trying to it's almost like it's a comedy spit, a skit that's just failing. I just don't like it, man. I give the whole the whole match overall maybe about, man, a 4 out of 10. I mean, just Jesus. I mean, just get this garbage off my screen, man. When you're about 12 years old, okay, maybe it's a little entertaining, but you're a grown man watching this and you're like, oh my goodness, nah, terrible. 4 out of 10. The next matchup, I think, matter of fact, some of these matchups will be out of order. But the next matchup was Sheamus versus Cesaro. I think that was the first matchup on the pay-per-view. And of course, Sheamus goes over Cesaro. I don't know, man. I might stand alone on this, but they put Cesaro with Paul Heyman, and it kind of took away his stain, man. I mean, just from my point of view, it's just maybe that was not really a good move. I mean, shock factor, yeah, but overall good move for the guy's character, on screen character, is like, really. I mean, I think that he was probably better off with Zeb and Jack Swagger, but that's just my opinion. But the match was okay. I get a match about 6 out of 10 stars. And another match that was at WWE Payback 2014 was Bad News Barrett versus Rob Van Dam. Like I said, this is probably going to be a little bit out of order and everything as far as like match count and what came next and everything. But Bad News Barrett did his thing. Rob Van Dam is just basically one of those transitional guys. Like, he's there to kind of get other people over. Like, it's almost like Jericho. When you look at, Rob Van Dam, you think Jericho. He's basically filling in that Jericho role. So putting a title on him really doesn't make too much sense. And, that's the reason why Barrett won. I don't even know who they're gonna have Barrett feud with. Does he feud with Ziggler? I don't know what they're gonna do with him, but I actually like the Bad News Barrett gimmick. I like the guy's gimmick. So the overall match, I give that match about a 6 out of 10. It wasn't good, wasn't bad. It wasn't any oh my god moments or anything like that. Pretty good match for what it was. Then the next match that I seen was Rusev versus Big E. They didn't drop the Langston on the man's name. Just call him Big E. Um, the one thing that I don't like about Rusev's gimmick is that it's almost like, why should I care that this guy is I don't even know, like they said that his now his hometown is what, Russia. Like, the WWE, one thing that bothers me about the WWE is like, this guy is from another country, I think Bulgarian, right? And then he goes over to the other country, which is Russia. And the girl, honestly, the girl Lana is probably the best thing about this whole situation. All right, it ain't Big E. It's not this Rusev guy. It's her. I mean, that girl's body. But let me just get to the match. The match was pretty darn good for what it was worth. I mean, for everything that people say about Big E, the guy can actually wrestle. All right, and Rusev is not no slack in the ring either. It's just that two big lumbering guys, going back and forth at it. I mean, it's almost like I've seen this match before. I've seen this feud before. Where does this feud go? Rusev wins the match. Of course, he wins the match. But where does this feud go? I don't know where it goes. Honestly, this is the match of the night from what I've seen. I mean, going back and forth, and then it ends with Rusev doing his thing. So I give this match about what, a 7 out of 10. it was a better match than what I expected for it to be. Honestly, out of all the matches that I've seen, doing this review out of order. Then the next match that I seen was Kofi Kingston against Bo Dallas. I don't know where they're going with this Bo Dallas thing. It's something unique. It's different. I think, honestly, I think that Bo Dallas could get it over. I mean, for real. I mean, after the match, when Kane. Well, the match really didn't even start because Kane came out there and basically, gave Kofi Kingston the WWE business because apparently it was a storyline tweak or something. I don't know what was going on. But he got Tombstone to choke slam. Kofi Kingston has been getting jobbed out a lot. All right. I don't know why this has been happening. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it because, the guy's black. I'm just saying it because, just physically gifted, man. This guy, has all the potential to be that guy in the WWE. And it's almost like they're not pulling the trigger on him. But that's another video. You can say that about Ziggler. You can say that about a lot of guys that you see on TV that is just not being used correctly on WWE TV. But that's another video. But, I like this Bo Dallas guy. I like his gimmick. Hopefully he gets it over. I think that the gimmick has a lot of potential. It's like he's the bad guy that talks like he's the good guy. I like the gimmick. The match really never even started. I mean, it really wasn't even really a match, but I just like Bo Dallas, man. Just the overall segment with Kane coming in, I got to give it a 5, man. I mean, just pointless, for him to come out there. I mean, maybe it's just one of those things where they had to get him on the show somehow, some way, I guess. You know what I'm saying? The next segment was Stephanie McMahon, Daniel Bryan, and Brie Bella, doing their little segment or what have you. It was the ultimatum segment in which Daniel Bryan has to surrender the WWE World Heavyweight Championship or his pretty little wife gets fired. And then she ends up just quitting. I'm sitting over here like, all right, that makes sense. And then she just slaps the hell out of Stephanie McMahon. I mean, for storyline purposes, it's okay. But you can see that that this is just like a feeling before, Bryan actually getting back healthy. I don't know how legit, hurt this guy is. And that's probably the best thing about the storyline. Is that we really don't legit know. I mean, we know that legitimately he's hurt, but we don't legit know how long the guy's going to be out. I think that they could probably get away with this. Maybe again at Money in the Bank, they might be able to get away with it at Money in the Bank. But after Money in the Bank, they can't. I don't think that they'll be able to get away with keeping the title on him that long and him not competing because it's like But then again, I mean, it's their company. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not the biggest Daniel Bryan fan, but I actually did enjoy the journey of him actually winning the title. So I'm taking a belt off of him kind of fluky would be kind of disappointing, but at the same time, it's like they're stalling. You can see it. They're really they're really stalling at this point, and I mean it's clear as day. But I get that whole segment with Stephanie McMahon getting completely slapped, completely slapped out of her high heels, if you want to call it that. I get that segment about maybe a 7.5. I wasn't expecting for her to get slapped like that. The next matchup was John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. Now, last man standing. Now I'm sitting over here like, this matchup was pretty darn, good. I wouldn't say it was, great or nothing or a 5-star match. It was what it was. The ending was kind of, I didn't see that coming, but at the same time, it's like John Cena. I mean, this just I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, I can't sit here and say that I don't like this guy. I can't say that I like this guy. It's just the same thing. It's almost like watching endless episodes of Full House or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like watching a week. It's like watching a month-long marathon of nothing but Full House. Like that's basically when you think about John Cena, I think about just watching an old TV show. You know what I'm saying? Just for a whole month straight. Like it's just the same thing. The same shirt. I mean, no, it's not the same shirt. It's just a different color shirt, but it says the same thing. I mean, if you're a John Cena fan, you're not gonna like it, but it is what it is. I was hoping that Bray Wyatt would win, but I don't know what's gonna happen with Bray Wyatt after this John Cena feud. I mean, clearly people don't like Cena, and clearly it's like Bray Wyatt is he's got a lot of things going for him, trending upwards, and I don't know if they continue this at Money in the Bank, but I don't think it really makes sense for them to continue it at Money in the Bank. But I'm pretty sure that they will because you know, it's a good feud for Bray Wyatt, but for Cena, it's like, oh my God, man, you getting beat up on the mic. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. Cena wins again. If you didn't understand that in my voice by me saying all that, Cena wins again. Yeah, you paid for the WWE Network just to see him win again. Surprise. I'm not surprised. You shouldn't be surprised either. The next match was Alicia Fox versus Paige. Now, I don't know. I'm not really feeling this. Coming from out of nowhere, putting the title on Paige. I mean, clearly it's. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it, man. I thought that Stone Cold Alicia Fox, what I'm saying, with her, recent tirades and her, gimmick change, maybe they probably should have put the title on her, but I mean, it is what it is at this point. I mean, Paige is still very much green, but you can see all the potential in her. That's not me saying that. That's not me hating on the girl. That's just me saying that she's just a little green. I mean, you can tell that the girl is still young, wrestling, and Alicia Fox kind of carried her through that match, but it is what it is. I give that match about what maybe a 5 out of 10. And the Cena Wyatt match, I give that match about a 7 out of 10. I mean, it would have maybe gotten an 8, maybe a 8.5, but I mean, come on, man, Cena wins again. I mean, good lord. And now next up is the main event: The Shield versus Evolution. Evolution is a mystery. I know y'all love that song. Don't act like don't put your face like that. It's like, nah, y'all probably ain't like that song. But anyway, man, getting to this main event. Let me first off say that Batista's return has probably been, I don't know, one of the biggest flops. I mean, he came back. It's just like blah. And then Randy Orton is like blah. And then Triple H is like meh. And then, Ric Flair comes out and he's like, woo. And it's, I don't know. I really don't know what to really say about that whole reforming of the Evolution group. But, clearly Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns are the shining stars in this company for years to come. I mean, this match just, reconfirms that this group, these guys being together means something, especially with that new DVD that they got coming out, The Greatest Factions of All Time. And, it just means something. I think that these guys aren't going to break up, anytime soon. You can't pinpoint and say that one of these guys are just going to be the future. I mean, Rollins, Reigns. I mean, all these guys just have superstar potential. Let's just hope that the WWE doesn't turn any of these guys into John Cena. All right, let's hope that they don't turn Roman Reigns into John Cena, because I have a weird, disgusting, uncomfortable feeling about that. But anyway, the Shield wins the match. Um, in Shield fashion, basically. And overall, I think that match was probably the match of the night. I mean, for what it's worth, it kind of saved the pay per view from my point of view. I was going to give it a little lower grade, but I just like the way the match, flowed and everything. Rollins with the big spot off the Titantron. I mean, I like that. I'm going to give this pay per view an overall 7.5. It could have been better. Daniel Bryan didn't wrestle because he's hurt. Cena winning again on a pay per view. Big surprise, right? Surprise, surprise. And then just a whole bunch of, pointless matches. I mean, there's a couple matches that I left out because it was just like, I didn't want this review to go 15 minutes. Oops, it went 15 minutes anyway. So, yeah, it's the WC with an extreme review of WWE Payback 2014. Share it, like it, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And until next time, peace.